muligere bono kubwatikana no kubwatia ane kine kurwase kambero kigia Supreme Court nigo yabetere okoletera mangana magia chinse chigabono chiebono margoba erinyare okumainali ya gendrete gokolekana boigonali yabereka okolekana kurwase mambia lengentambe huika chinse chigabono chiebono margoba ekirabono chinsa chiasukire inyorobono litukeliganiri ya Jumatano stariki 30 Eyemo omutinyo gatano na gatatu mwaka bwikiri bubere na 22 tukolyo muri omutinyo gatano na gatatu mwanchu muligerya inyirabono nige kagambiro kibwato kastariki sano cyumutie nyokyanda elikane kibuna nkurubalo kuna chakwabo igoro ryo kwameria wekero kyobura ibwense kubatakana buno mboli bwazimyo 1 Kenya baikase kagambiro kina kwamerira buna aho bocholi bumwako yigambo kolya senchire yobwasiole no bwasiyo kwa yunga tiali abereka okolekana ekerobono basoli tukulinde asokunyara gotegerera ekine kyo kirengeto bocholi bumwako yigabo kiri bubere na 22 Joshua utakurwa sensemende nigiyariga nikigimahanya okumanya mangana magia asenchira ebimanyereryo kondelitangane gimahati gatonyora mangana yu asenchira yoko yachuta
twanya warare violent yabwatomo kwatebiro lebiri twakera basimusigali odisiga
Ogo ichana keroko mugaka gosambe nyomba na gosamba abana baye babernero kwerusyo bogimanase kigo sento kumanye
508,647 ballots are added on the 10th.
Chikura goetani nusemiro nigo chiamente tuasobo chori bumwako yotebiro kiyo mtata.
Gari zote tukutana nazo stadium na niwaonyeshe zote kwa sababu that's the cover which is there.
County ya Kisii nige bwata chigali ya 50 nebere kolenda abantero babalikire nigo baetane tuchimibera abande nabaki go seharatyo batebiri bombera nankyo asegeti ya Gusii Stadium. Asa yomone na mangu monchumuligire bono isaranso kenkumanya senchira yoboyekere Ensa Eyemo yabono margoberetirane nchenkoro Vincent Onyancha. Igotogo chaka noroboti irogo ichania kurwase kenyero keligia tondole sub-county ya Masaba miye county ya Nyamira abwaso mugakoyo mabaka gosambe nyumba yaye nako basamba abana baye babere maiga yahenere kwe Rusia osewehita abuna omulikito Josephat Amisi agotumanya senchira yoboime
Mayanda nogo kumiyoko nene nigo anyara kuba kwa bugata abamenyi bekenyero gya tondoli ime ya sub-county ya Masaba North ime ya location ya Keroka Township ase county ya Nyamira magiga yo musacha oyo mwaserieta Eric Asamakori anyara kuba gagotongia enyomba yanyara kuba gekoya ya musamba kuikira ogokwa naboigo abana baye babere abalinge ase nyombe yo banyara kuba bagosiria obugima bwabo
kirwesi myanga saa 10 cyabo tuko no munginoye onte binga asango atali bintu nyumba inchumo tokoni natirimbuka naturi chikase nchinde isato twachororo twanya warare violent yabwatomo kwatebiro lebiri twatema twakera basimusigali odisiga musigali bodisi oto namba ya Keroka Police kere twakera basigali ba Keroka Police batatebi mogo chabaka police ya ikanegali osene pilipili tuwakora kende tuwagenda baka police Keroka ne pikipiki tuwabugoria basigali kuruwa batatu
warangiriko unaso iguru bobe tuacha twanyara nasiege lakini ko nyomba gwakaringo nyomba na parra twatabiwa bwatomo twati kwiguna bwatomo twatama twatana twenda Keroka tuleta abasigali gusemba tokonyera abana bali nyomba batatu basigali bacha ikara basigali bacha wakomuranguru kara kalimo abasikali bali batama batutigera omorwa iraka bono omorwa tutigere takaiga kunya gutiana ari kunyomba kunya batabali ngo na abantu batatu alengali ari sigosoka no morato gende na intu twasuka nari twasukire twararomo
Nonye nabo abamenyi benseme yo boigo bagikeirie abanyanyimbo anene begetasendi ya Keroka kubwatakana no goika ase engeyo na gotayira getambukiro kende magega ya nyagusira Eric Asamakori ataranyara koba gako yetongia enyombe ye na gusiria obugima bwaye na boigo bugima bwa bana baye babere
bana yatokeira abantu ngo prime police officer ekera barangerimo ebaferi gokore their duty iba anya basi nyukomo attack eba kurangiri enforcement and that's all. Go waferi na baira wamechangia kwa hii maneno kutokea.
Kubatukana n'umugambi bwa allocation ya Keroka Township Kennedy Ndege nigo agikeirie egekorekyo nabo igogoteba enge yoteranyara kobwe korokia anene kerenga kende gionsi ogosinyana na gwikira engane yanyarete koba geokorekana.
Asamaria dangor ku Kennedy Ndege omusiri chibwan Keroka Township location kiare instance rere yakorekana wogochiokira rero itarengengia aseke nyorukia nekemo one of my sublocation ikorokubocharia sublocation kieri village instance ya to sasane ikiagera abanta abakera bamenyeta muntu anya ko instance yende tatigarende obutuko bwarero ria mochikororokana ngamba sinyana nenyumba na mokado mungino yo mosali gisiko musiekerera
nonyerabo nigo abamenyi bensemeyo banyareko bagosemigwa anene ekero babwate emechandende yonsigerete kwabage kubachanda asobugima bwabo banyareko bagwesokia anene na gusangane yamate nonyane serikali iliyogotanga koirerwa kwe bitambukiro bunebyo byekorusia obugima
sonijasa abantu baite kiagera amatuka ya beire abantu abange barwalire okonyoro umuntu abwate depression ata understand uzina abwate depression nane na atikoira ya piri itende na sabangina mono basubati rendekero umuntu anyo metabwate nabana tigato tekitisa chinyinge sana tolenda nekiagera naboko manyanga movement cy'umuntu na ose cy'umugako yo cyachinchiri engere report yaikira yato ikira kose yaikira basani munabona bago debango mumuroyo wiki na batarenge bya bakamuire nyakitali akairana bona in the process igatoka ngao ngo bwaye bwasalikire
Koripoteria Ndizi TV Korwe County ya Nyamirere terana Josephat Amese
Byemono omuliki ito bene Josephat Amese asoroboti rwa senchira yobo ikirano gontigana nere Josephat Amese niko bono tokumeno mulike ito bene Ndemo Steve ne yogotuma nyuno mugavana we county ya Kisi Paul Simbarati nigabaga komene chintereba cyo kigali cye serikali ye county asensemo ya ATC imeyo mu cyobo songo ukona kura sensemo yo arati boyigoni garu kora gogo tindi go cya sabantereba ahubone gotebekana bari kira bange gwetania kerengo koningana arati nigagote yabune serikali ye county ya Kisi nigo kigali meronge 52 abwase kulende gwetania abantereba mibere barikira se county igabate iritukuriya nkibomera na segetike ligia Guzi Stadium Kromonto negari yari yarikira ko gendi roboti rwa senchira yobikirano
amatuka 52 mage ya Paul Simbarati gotianigwa nigorera sangabene n'abarundi be kigali cie county ya Kisi ase bairere mechando yabo eyueramo na kwegu uniform chiegasi amangana a insurance engeri yabo gatiye mechandende.
We don't have working materials, attires, that is the overalls and the protective gears with the protective boots. We also don't get our driving license renewed with the officers. That I want to appreciate so much that you've given a directive that we make a follow-up for the allowances that we've not received.
Since I was employed in the county, even though I'm in contract since 2014, I've had a salary of job group F up to date.
Ensemo ya yarati nigaichanira keliateba nobokurumi boboteneliwe county ya Kisi ase sector yobosombi ase chintereba chirikire chietaniti chigali chie county amo na bangi babokona cheru insurance yekerengo kia third party nonyeba gwakaneru comprehensive insurance korwa ase keganchagie county.
The story there is no cover is because you know the cover which is there is the third party cover. The insurance that which hata kama ililipwa kama it was paid lazima watuambie who took the money. Period. Kuja tuzamezane. Tuongee, uniambie ukweli vile umekula hiyo pesa. Tukwambie tafadhali ile ambayo kidogo imebaki rudisha kwa county. Tumekusamea lakini hatuwezi sahau. Hata kama tufikishe 100, tuache 150 nje. It's not surprising kwamba hao madriver hawako wameandikwa, pesa inakuwa withdrawn through those specific accounts. Kwa hivyo kuna pesa kupitia kwa madriver karibu milioni 5 Huwezi piga hata nduru kwa sababu maneno kama haya.
Arati ni gagocereire gutuga kibuikiranwe sekta yo Burundi konyore ming'anyeri chibesa chikoiberwa gusimura abakoreri bagwakanu batari gukora gasi na kweneki bari bagutukana mamocho baire irwe getambo kirogia serikali.
We will instill discipline. For human being to give positive results, pain must be inflicted in them, and we are going to inflict those pains for people to be upright. I need to see the 200 and so drivers tomorrow at 11 in the stadium.
This is a third party. Instead of comprehensive, ambulance.
Magiga ya Paul Simba Arati konyara gutari gubuno mugavano kabere gwe county ya Kisii nigo bona chakiro butukibwa ima sekta yo Bosombi konyara kwene kibuna bali kirase kigali chie county batali abarundi banyalire kurigererigu na amangana rengete sekta ya insurance yo Bosombi kurigererwa wale kwene kibuna kigali nchibwate insurance elichiri kirene serikali ya county ya Kisii ko report rigeta seni kya Ndizi TV eli etaliane Ndemo Steven.
Ne asorobochi rwa sinchira yobwekiranu Ndemo Steven gotikana nere nigo togoswase county ya Nyamira stokumeno mulike tobene Josephat asimulike to job mange oyibonora se county ya Nyamira boigo abeka gotumanya buna maiga yabalemi konyara konyoro buyo bugusumeke cha se county yo ya Nyamira ne ase factory ya Kebirigo nigo bono babuli konyara kuligyo bosemi boise ina senchira yo konyara gokinia ekemeliye chae ayunkolengano munyakero factory ya Kebirigo omayike tobuna Nelson Onduko asabaga kurobosemi buli tukulia lero buno mulike tokurwa se county ya Nyamira job maange agotomanya
obolemi nabwo egetekyo mogongo ase obotenenku bwense kago kwana nabaliki bamangana Amayia Nelson Onduko oyole omochairman we factory ya Kebirigo naralya buno obwoyo bwaganyire nabalemi waikire
lero togwakambia mono kiagera erori entangani yo boyo yaikire na ende bwanzire kwa ene mukegima na ende mbogenderete wiki yengima
natebya abalemi gotwara obolemu ekiagera obwoyo bachigetie mbo bayisaine bonsi
na were gitoni according to abalemi bakebirigo bale 17,000 obwoyo bwachete ko boyisaine unless bwise korema nekero baramente lakini ase boli baligete nabo boyisaine kero mulimo
nasemi abalemi koigwera obosemi bw'abanene b'endemero y'echae elinde bakigotwara ligesa ligiya
abalemi baito ntobwata abatesa kero tete gosiara obwoyo bwata yalisire echae yao buya igo goteba omotesa ache mogondo akora kino gosiara obwoyo kera twarorire ng'aba gochi basiara kero kende obwoyo oboke gose basiara bobe yagera echae tekwa mabuya
natogia eserikali ase okubakonya okay aligo lirio bwoyo ase asabachi serikali chie county kubwaterana nabwo elinde gosira endemero yechae
arenge 5,600 ye bag lakini ya serikali njatoa subsidy ya 3 billion bokaira na kiri busato igo naende togosabera serikali yaito tetotinga gochimabiende yatokerio bwoyo ende yatoa subsidy naende tokobuli noenda serikali ye county baanze koros budget ba factor chibeza bawo konyo omulemi ogokusho ni omulemi kero bwoyo bwabereri bori bikomo
korwase county ya Nyamira ginko reporteria Ndizi TV Job Maangi
kurwase county ya Nyamira mbye mona soroboti rwase nchira yobo ikirano gotigana nere Job Mango moncho muligire bono tumulikira gendrete gokolekana anekero lya lengeli tukulia kabera seganga yokoligereria okwamirwe kinna kerenge tobo choryo bonene bwense obono bwaba bokoralirwa bongana bwakolekana tumutinyi go gatano na gatato kolengana nsemeli yobo soeri nse yomo wakiri yobo Julius Weto igagote ya una chifomu chiritia 34C abakiko bwato koneke mbekali kyobo choli ne chimbebe kurwase chi polling center nigo chitabweka inchiri chialenga National Tallying Center egento mambere nagote abuna bocholi obumbokoli ya senchira yobwikirano
108 to 110 that the IEBC procured two parallel sets of Forms 34A, marked booklets 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. It was intended that only booklet 1 of 2 would be used at the polling station, while booklet 2 of 2 was to be placed in a tamper-proof envelope and not to be used at the polling station. The forms that have been transmitted, of the forms that were used to transmit the results in this election 2022, do not meet the standards or conform to either of the forms that the IBC said were going to be used, and this evidence is in the affidavit of Benjamin Agena. That is the first limb of the evidence that we submit through Celestine Anyango that shows the deliberate mischief in the use of the statutory forms that was set out in the election and which we now complain of. Going now to the evidence provided by Celestine Anyango in the 41 forms, what was observed is that the forms that the agents have and the forms in the portal are the same in all features. They have the same serial numbers. They are embossed using the same stamps. They're signed by the same agent, presiding and deputy presiding officers. However, the figures in the forms have been tampered with and are different.
Na chinga kichu nigo bono okiya mutata nere bona nyareka gote abuna nigo bochoro bota kolekaneta senchera yobwasiro no bwasioko omutata ka ukona kurwaseke amberger kia Supreme Court ni gate bire buna maiga yekembe klikyo bochoro ni chimbe IBC abwasentunde ntanga gote abuna abantu chimilioni 17 na uba gete chikura nigo kyo mutata gote maiga chinse meronge bene seto kubutoka nigo bone kembe klikyo bochoro ni chimbe IBC gya onchore tama chibu na gote abuna abantu ba gete chikura nigo ba etante abantu chimilioni 14 egenta gote abuna goetani abantu enuse milioni ni government etwe mage chikura ichio koera.
When you got that slide, you look, they tell you at 20:45 hours on 9th August 2022, some 13,731,215 people voted. Polling turnout recorded on 10th August is 14,239,862 ballots. And on the 10th, that is the day after the voting, and we know that it's only elders where elections were taking place. Now, when you analyze that data, you find that 508,647 ballots are added on the 10th. And you saw Land Council release showed that the audit of the register had almost the same number of ghost voters. So you can see from that data that they present, Mr. Sunguli presents, you are able to isolate 508,647 ghost cast votes, which are more than the difference between the two leading candidates.
Na kira yubo igagendre teke gambiro nigo kia rogo chika gochia sekembe kalikio bocholi ne chumbe IBC konyara kubwato kachifomu chebitwe meronge enene kemo ebibono bago chikuligire nago kubara chikure ichio boronge aso konyara kuligire unama chibwa yo abantega kubwato kwa kurwa chinsem ao nagochia asensemeli ya polling se National Tallying Center asensemeli ya Bomas of Kenya kolengana nokuna chokurwa seke gambira niga gocha kubwata kana nebiro abwa sensemo yo bosoeri konyara ya sabiro goetani bitu chimi ibere kurwa chinsemo aigasense ya Kenya nigo batebire buna nigo bona IBC gochikobwatoka chifomu ichio ase bitwe merongene nekemo na ko bobariyo bubo bwatuku na koera goika lituko lyankyo chinse isano na isato chia mugaso.
And so there are 3 steps to be taken after leaving the polling stations. They shall be tallied and verified and the result declared. And the party that is tasked with the duty of doing these 3 things is, under the Constitution, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. But as you have heard, as you have read all the documents, we saw only Mr. Chebukati doing these duties and not doing these duties as part of the commission, but by himself, together with his clerks, together with his team members, to which I will come in a moment, but not in their capacity as having any decision-making powers over the steps he was taking as the person doing tallying and verifying. Why was there not the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission not taking these steps by itself or through itself? And the answer to that is given by Mr. Chebukati himself, and it is in his replying affidavit sworn on the 26th day of August 2022. And this is what he is setting out in paragraph 108.
Na boigo nigo shinga kicho umuwakiri James Orengo nere atebire buna goikira bono nigo bataranyo raso bwasiole asobo ime boigo na sikie kyombekeli kyobo chori ni chimbe IBC getara banchira konyara kolige chisafa anene buna machibu ali gotumwa yobo chori na sekero kyobara ibwense Orengo ka okwana kurwa aseke kamburugia Supreme Court mimucho Nairobi nigatebire ngani yukonyara koligererigwa asobwango.
Thank you, Justice Renaura.
My Lady the Chief Justice and members of the court, we are also having difficulties with the orders relating to inspection of the servers. We have been given restricted access only to the result transmission system, and only it has not been granted yet, only to one server. And it is established that the IBC has got 8 servers. We have taken the decision to write formally to the registrar in the hope that the court eventually can resolve this matter as quickly as possible, because we are running out of time. But there's no compliance in terms of the orders that the court gave.
We are aware about that issue. We are following up on the question, and as far as we know, the exercise is continuing. Should there be an issue later in the day or tomorrow morning, we shall receive a report. But as far as we know, by the time we got out of here, the exercise had commenced. There was an agreement on how to access the server that was given, and the issue of cloning is being addressed. So let's leave it for now. Let's report again tomorrow morning. I thank you, CJ. I thank you, Mr. Orengo. We are aware about that issue.
Na gotigara bwe gokumulekera mangana alengete no kwamiruka machibu yobocholi bumwaka yobochiri bubera na merongo ebere nebere abwatani baye omoyorai omochole bwense William Samuel Ruto obayobekira naseke gambero litukoliyarira nigo batebere bunamba itabira neteneke gambero kobwatekana no kobanchira aba commissioner batano bere bonsi goikira naseke gambero kyo kolengana na bwatani yabo bago bale asense moyeke gambero asoko nyara gotegerera boigo nakorwa ebirengere byabo igoro yeke nakyo bwatani team nigo batebire buno gwanchira kwa aba commissioner abo batano bere nenchire yamo yabo rukunyara kurobo site bwabo anegoro ya machibu yobocholi bumwako yoiga nigo chinga kechibaliganire kiandage ikomyo gotugutero kwaye kina kya Moses Kuria ekibona igatia seke gambero bunenchire ya moyo gotaka aba commissioner batano babere uwanchirwa goika seke gambero asogo tegerere kina kwa bwateraniti ya sobo choli bumwako yoiga wechiri bubere na merongo ebere nebere.
Issue about joining all the 6 or the 7 commissioners, making them parties. And as you are aware, IBC and IBC Act is a corporate body with the power to sue and be sued. And our position as a party and as a position as the lawyers for the President-elect, Dr. William Samuel Ruto, we were saying that there's a misjoinder of parties because as a commissioner, you have no capacity to sue or be sued. But nevertheless, the Supreme Court found that despite our protestation, the Supreme Court decided that precluding the evidence of all the 7 commissioners will be denying the court crucial evidence. And since the suit which was filed against the president-elect and the IBC is based on a divided commission, I said that they do not want to preempt the evidence, and it's important for them to hear all the matters, get the full evidence for them to be able to make their decision. And as a party, we are okay with that. As the lawyers for the first respondent, Dr. William Samuel Ruto, we are okay with that. The other case which has been dismissed is a case which was filed by Moses Kuria. And that case which was filed by Moses Kuria was based on the fact that on the night before or the day when the election were being, the presidential election were being announced, Azimio Party and their agents, the chief agents, they caused commotion and violence within the Boma Sterling Center.
Mwenchumulikire bono hinyora litukune lya Jumatano goikira buno nko yakira umusumali mangana majase enchire yoboikira nwense yemo yabono maragoba olitwa bwaterana kuraso muno bwimanyirega koro kwa Joshua utana bwe kurense mendi chibi chamo nelioge ega koro kwa James ondie ki Jumatano botambe gotogotwara umurubali bweke umbo igo chikora gaisa toche bono botuko no chikomera na John Kebati asemesa ya mangana majya elianyara gokoire masem goika asomurubelio obweke umbo tomena litukuli Juma semesa ya mangana majya litirane Nkoroko Vincent Onyancha.